Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, State Senator Angie Taylor joins us here for the whole show from an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
2025 is bringing big changes for Nevada businesses. If you have more than 5 employees and have been operating for 3 years or more, you must now comply with new state retirement plan mandates. The Vegas Chamber 401k plan makes it easy, offering a proven, customizable, and cost-effective plan for employers and employees to save with tax advantages. Visit vegaschamber.com to explore options and see how the Vegas Chamber can help you start saving for your future.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses. It's keeping the assembly line moving for our workforce. For our brightest minds, it's meeting a deadline. It's on the front line with our heroes. And on the sidelines of the biggest games. It's a direct line to our loved ones. And it's a lifeline for the most vulnerable. There's a lot on the line.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're always delighted to welcome back to the program State Senator Angie Taylor, Democrat of District 15.
Yeah.
An absolute pleasure to have you back on the program.
It's always a joy to be here, Sam. Thank you so much for having me.
Always. So what was the biggest surprise to you at the end of this primary election?
Wow, there were several surprises, actually. In the world I live in, the biggest surprise was actually the Attorney General's race, because that was our majority leader, is our majority leader, Nicole Cannizzaro. I knew that race, my thoughts were that race was going to be just down to the wire. And that was quite a comfortable margin.
Comfortable, yeah, that would be the understatement of the year.
I know, but I think highly of Zach, and so I don't want to add on to anything like that, because I think he's good, right? I think highly of him. I think he's good.
He was very popular with the business community.
Yeah, absolutely. And so so that was the biggest surprise. I mean, I thought she would win. I didn't think it would be by such a large margin.
Do you think that there was a mistake made by Zach Conine or his PAC in running that ad that mentioned her name like 10 times? They were all not kind things, but it kept saying her name over and over again. That seems to be the exact opposite of what you should be doing in a political campaign.
Yeah, I'm no strategist, right, by any means, because if I were...
Hang on, in sports you are.
In sports I am, but this is a different sport. Politics, it's a sport. But it's a different sport. I'm no strategist, at all in that, and so I'm sure he paid folks and his strategists, and they thought that was the way to go. Certainly, you can armchair quarterback it afterwards and say, maybe that gave her more name recognition than it should have. Maybe it played differently.
Because I mean, when the public, which is in a lot of cases low information members of the public who are voting. They look at the ballot. They don't know who the majority of the people are on there.
True.
And so they're trying to decide. They see a name. Oh yeah, I've heard that name.
Absolutely. I mean, that's part of the repetition. On the positive side of marketing, you want to get your name out there, your face out there, your signs say your names, your mailings say your name, all of those things you want to. So yeah, I think that's something to be armchair quarterback for sure. Is like maybe just maybe that was a little too much.
Who's the next Senate Majority Leader?
That's a really good question. Don't know, because first of all, there's another election that has to happen.
Right.
Right, in November. I have told the Majority Leader that she is not welcome in the Senate. Next, I said, you are not welcome here next session. So you go win this race. There's no seat for you, because I really want her to win. I think she'll be great for the state, and that will be interesting. There hasn't been a whole lot of outward maneuvering, if you will. There's certainly plenty of rumors in that. I think that I'm in my second session in the Senate. And so I'm still learning people and learning things and so on. I mean, I like to, continue to work and move, and I love leadership opportunities. It's not my turn for anything like that. But I think leadership is critically important, and that position is critically important. So we'll have, when, I will say, the current majority leader wins and leaves us, then we'll have some serious decisions to make, and there'll certainly be some maneuvering, I believe.
To say the least.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at, you live in Reno.
Yeah.
When you look at the Reno races, were you surprised at all by the outcome? Did you expect Kate Marshall to win by such a large margin?
Did not. That locally speaking, there were several surprises there as well. Locally speaking, that was probably my biggest surprise. Kate's a great candidate, and I thought she would do well. I thought it would come down really to Kate and Devin and Kathleen. I thought the three of them would really be neck and neck and so on. I didn't have an idea as to who would be top or whatever. I thought the top two would come from those three, and did not expect Kate to have such a margin. I thought she'd be in there battling for sure, because again, like I said, I think she's a great candidate. And so she and Kathleen will go at it, but that was the biggest local surprise. The Attorney General's race, the District Attorney's race here local,
yes.
That was a surprise. That was a comfortable margin as well. I expected Chris Hicks to win that race myself. It wasn't on my ballot, right, being a Democrat, but I thought at least it would be tight. And it was
a blowout.
Yeah. That was another blowout. I think statewide, Howard Watts, that was a surprise and really a disappointment. He's such a good legislator, good thinker, good legislator, honest, right up front. That's a big loss on the Assembly side.
I know from my friends in Southern Nevada that a lot of them were out walking because they were telling me how much weight they've been losing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The only person that came to my door was Kate Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
The only one
up here
of any race.
Wow.
Because they would put door hangers on if we weren't home.
Mm-hmm.
And she and her husband knocked on the door. I came out and we chatted for about 15 minutes and had a nice conversation. And but she was the only one that came. So if walking makes a difference,
there's no ifs. Walking makes a difference. I will say Pat Hickey, whose assembly seat I actually sat in down the road, and Pat and I are good friends. I think very highly of him. He told me very early on, walk you win, if you don't, you won't.
Yeah. In interesting days as far as the election cycle goes. The big issue in the state and across the country are these data centers. And with the way that things are moving for Reno, potentially Sparks, Boulder City, Henderson potentially, with moratoriums. Yeah. It seems like everybody's pushing this towards the legislature to make some kind of decision.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me, and I'm involved, because I've been, associated with Story County for, since 2005, that there's a lot of misinformation. People just don't really understand what these data centers are, what they do. A lot of the problems that were there potentially in the past have been resolved.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it as a legislator if this comes before you at the session, which it's likely to do?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one of the things that you said that got my attention the most is there's a lot of misinformation out there. I haven't dug into it deeply because I haven't seen the bill that's coming our way. Most of us now are working on our bills, our pre-files, and so on. I do expect someone's probably going to pull that forward. And the really important things, to me is getting through all of the the information, misinformation, get to accurate information on the surface level. That I've had some conversations and read a little bit here and there, because those things are the most important things that are happening. We want to pay attention to, and that was seeing, some of those past early issues that they're worked on, they're resolved, and I mean the environment is critically important, especially in a state like ours that has so much land and so much potential, in the positive side and the negative side. So we have to be protective of it. That's really important. So it will be interesting to me, should something like that come our way, and it most likely will, is let's dig into those. What are those water issues? Have we resolved those? How have they been resolved? Are they really resolved? The power issues and how much that's being utilized, and the impact on the environment as a consequence of those two. How does it impact our tribal communities depending upon where they're located and so on? If those issues are front of mind for me in terms of that. So I would want to get into, let's dig into that. Let me see what it is that's going on. There can be great benefit, right, from having data centers for those communities that have them, for those counties that have them, generating some revenue, and everybody needs money right now.
Well,
right?
and
from the
that,
state on to the cities and the counties and the school districts and everybody, right?
Well, and let me jump in at that moment and say that to me is one of the number one issues, and the data centers are going to be very beneficial to cities and counties that are desperate for money, not necessarily today, but in the coming years. And there's nowhere for that money to be raised unless the legislature wants to raise taxes, which I don't think anybody wants to do.
And nobody wants to raise taxes.
Right. So, and then you look at the union side, the unions are looking at this going, jobs, 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 and high-paying jobs. I've seen numbers out there. Yeah, Rob Benner put out a thing, $170,000 a year plus benefits for the workers that are constructing these. And
great jobs.
Yeah,
great jobs.
And one of the things that's kind of misinformation is that these are short-term jobs. Chris Thompson from TRI was telling me that the short-term jobs have lasted 7 years so far at TRI in terms of construction. Nothing has slowed down.
Yeah, the construction part is I mean, those aren't lifelong jobs, of course, because they're the construction piece. And even if it takes, I'm just make this up, even if it takes 2 or 3 years, those are still good jobs for 2 or 3 years, right? For those folks. So I don't ignore the job potential. Especially those jobs. Those are great paying union jobs, right? I'm a union person. I believe in that. It builds the middle class, gives people opportunities to have a great income for their family and build a great future for their family. I'm absolutely supportive of that. I think it's just balancing that. Let's get some answers over on some of these other concerns, mostly that came up on the early end, as you said, and being responsive to those. And again, I've read some things that said, hey, you know what, they've worked on some of that. I think is one, smart, right? Because there will be a big barrier for data centers to not pay attention to that for those who advocate and build them. And those issues being resolved and mitigated and so on, then it opens up the door for these great opportunities. Jobs, money for cities and counties, and potentially even states, depending upon where these are located. So I don't think it's something we can just turn our backs to. So I do think something's going to come our way. How would it not? Because it's such a big issue, and the need for data centers is doing nothing but growing.
Right. Well, and the irony is that the people who are complaining are doing it on their phones, which are being powered by data centers.
Right.
So there is an irony there.
Yeah, there's a place. I believe if those things are mitigated and resolved, there could potentially certainly be a place to, okay, this is where's a good place to land that pays attention to these important environmental issues because they're important, and also gives some benefit on these, the monies for the cities and counties, the municipalities and the governments and the great paying jobs, short term, 2-3 years, long term, 7 years, fewer jobs once it's already built. But there's a lot of building that can happen that can make a difference. So.
Well, the other thing too is that you're going to see other industries spur up around these companies, just like you saw out of TRI.
Yep.
It wasn't necessarily after they built the Walmart distribution center that all the purveyors to Walmart, which we thought was going to happen, were going to show up. But all these other companies that built million-square-foot buildings for distribution, they were the ones.
We saw that trick. I mean, and it was projected to happen, and it happened.
Yeah, it was projected, not necessarily as fast as everybody was hoping for.
Right.
Obviously, huge union supporter you are.
Yeah.
I sound like Yoda there. But Howard Watts paid a price for the movie tax credits.
Yeah.
So the power of the unions If they don't like it, so when I look at the data center situation, I wonder if there's a similar situation there where, because the unions are coming out very strongly saying, hey, it's jobs, 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 and great jobs, union jobs.
And it could be, and that's part of the challenge of being in the seats that we're in, is you have folks that support you because there's so much alignment, right, with the way that you think, and you should only support someone if they're in alignment. I would say again, I'm very saddened, disappointed over Howard because he was such a great legislator. In that, however, I would also say that nobody agrees with anybody 100% of the time.
Right.
Sam, I don't agree with myself 100% of the time. I mean, think about it. How many times have you looked back like, man, what was I thinking?
Right.
I mean, right? Nobody agrees with anybody 100% of the time. And so there are going to be times when maybe there isn't going to be 100% alignment. To me, what's important, even if it comes, when it comes down to say something like the film tax credits, right? For me, the math didn't math, right? As I said, the math isn't mathing. But I'm going to be open. I want to talk to anyone who wants to come forward and say, Angie, you're missing something. Maybe there's something you're not considering. Here's something that hasn't come forward that I think that really might make this make more sense. My responsibility to anybody, one who supports me, right, help me get there, and to the citizens is let me hear it. Let me hear it. I want to make the best decision that I can. And if I've missed something, dang it, come in and talk to me about it.
Okay, so if it comes back, and it's likely to come back in next session,
okay, it may.
Have you changed your mind?
Well, if it's the same situation, the math still, I haven't seen where the math would make sense. So if it does come back, I hope they've paid attention. They paid attention to some of the opposition and why and all of those things, and then you resolve it. It's just like me in the bill. I have a bill that doesn't pass. Here are the issues. If I want to bring that bill back, I'm not going to bring the same bill back, me, right? Because then there were some things I'm going to try to, let's address some of those things and give it a better chance to pass. So if they choose to bring it back, and they very well may, because there's certainly some benefits from it, back to union jobs, back to maybe hopefully increasing the tax base, diversifying the economy. There's some positives to it for sure. And hopefully, if it does come back, mitigate some of the negatives, some of those things that were barriers for it being passed. To say, hey, okay, now it's easier to get to a yes. The math will math. The benefits do now outweigh some of this after hearing some of the conversation.
I just, the thing that struck me at the time and still does is we're going to bring 28,000 people to work in Summerlin, and my response is, where are they going to live?
Yeah, they'll have to figure that out. They'll have to figure that out. And maybe the studios will, just like they do with mining, right? They'll build little places, who knows, right? Little places for them to live when they're there. I mean, I don't know. And some of them will be jobs, and hopefully, right, local people, right, in Vegas will get those jobs, and they already have homes there. Some of the local, union folks.
See, that's why I like it. You always have a positive outlook.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I want to diversify our economy.
No,
I do. I just want the math. I want it to make sense, but we need to. I mean,
look, we've done it, and I shouldn't say we. It's been done in Northern Nevada,
right,
to where you have. I mean, if there's a downturn in the tourism economy, it's still going to affect us.
Right.
But it won't affect us as badly because we have all these other things going.
Right.
You're never going to compete with the behemoth that the entertainment and tourism
Right.
industry is in Southern Nevada. But the more things you have that you can put by the side.
You can try to mitigate some of that impact, just like sports have done.
Okay, let's get to that in a moment.
Okay.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Fantastic cocktails and delicious food.
It's a good time to eat.
Over 500 hot slots, plus electronic table games.
It's a good time to play.
Player rewards and big-time jackpots.
It's a good time to win.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
The trucking industry is the most resilient link in the supply chain, moving 95% of our freight in the Silver State. And while essential, the road isn't always smooth. Supply chain disruptions, rising fuel costs, and unrealistic rules and laws that hamper our ability to serve our customers and country. Our prosperity and every sector of the economy, manufacturing, mining, medicine, and food from farm to table, is tied to trucks. There's nothing without trucking.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with State Senator Angie Taylor, Democrat of District 15. Did you ever think that Las Vegas would go as insane for sports and in such a positive way? I mean, gaming is now less than 30% of the revenue for the casinos.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
And it began with entertainment. For the gaming industry, it began with entertainment taking on more of a piece, restaurants taking on more of a piece. Remember back in the old days, buffets were loss leaders?
Yes.
Let's just get people in and pretty much give away the food.
Right.
Right?
And the rooms.
Right, and the rooms. Let's just get folks in, and it isn't like that anymore. So really gaming, the percentage that gaming in and of itself has been of the total hospitality revenue, I guess, that's how I got the hospitality, it wasn't just gaming, has been decreasing over the years. Who knew it would get to less than 30% though? I love that Las Vegas is really in a position that let's take on sports and be good at it. Because the crazy thing is, something like the Raiders, and they just haven't been very good yet, right? Their president, Sandra Douglas, alum of University of Nevada, go Pack. I'm rooting for them. Sandra's working hard, I'm sure, to get them together. People love the Raiders. And then you have something like the Aces, really good. The Knights, really good. So not only do they have sports teams, but they have good sports teams. And I have friends that don't call me during an Aces game. Do not call, do not text. I love it. I think it's fantastic. No one predicted it, but it's great.
It is stunning. Yeah. We'll be right back.
Meet Nevada Health Link, Nevada's official health insurance marketplace. Your link to savings, selection, free assistance, and name brand health insurance, where 90% of enrollees lower the cost of their monthly premium. Everyone deserves access to quality health coverage, no matter your income or family size. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com. A few minutes could save you hundreds of dollars per month.
Nevada Health Link. Our plans are made for your plans.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Welcome to the Ahern Boutique Hotel, where luxury and warmth come together in the heart of Las Vegas.
We take pride in offering a one-of-a-kind experience for both locals and tourists.
Join us for handcrafted cocktails and an unforgettable experience.
Joel's Chop House, the perfect place to savor views of the Las Vegas Strip.
Satisfy your cravings at the Ahern Chocolate Shop.
No smoking, no resort fees, and the parking is always free. The Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel is your home away from home.
You're in trouble with the law. It's easy to think you'll lose everything, but there is hope. I'm Attorney Orrin Johnson. Your first step is to hire a serious attorney with the experience to successfully navigate the legal system for you.
Sometimes hope means addiction treatment instead of jail, and making sure you're treated fairly.
Sometimes hope means fearless trial attorneys who will stand up to the government when they get it wrong. Call or text Orrin Johnson Law.
We'll make a plan.
You'll take back your life.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Angie Taylor, the state senator from District 15. We're going to have soccer in Reno.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
Are we just way behind the curve on getting that? Because it seems to me that every park in Reno and Sparks is packed on a weekend with people playing soccer, kids and adults.
Yeah.
It seems like their timing is right on.
Yep, overdue. And I tell you what, they have the president, Wendy DeMonte. I think she's going to do a great job. She's a sports person, swam at the university, has good feel for this community, good name recognition in this community, and soccer is just going to blow up. I think that's going to be another one of those. I hope the team is good. Right, she's the president, so I think they will be, right? Because she won't commit to something. I don't think that isn't going to be good. But it's going to be an experience. I mean, families are going to just fill that place up. I mean, look at the World Cup right now.
Right.
I mean, look at the World Cup. We still think football is the NFL.
Right.
You're right. The only country in the world probably like that. But look at the World Cup. It's been crazy. So the timing could not be better.
Well, we keep our fingers crossed for them.
Yes, I'm excited.
Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Sam. We can talk all the time.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
And you come back soon.
I'll do it.
And we'll be right back.
Carson Valley Inn, it's your place for the good times. Carson Valley Inn.
Welcome to Story County, where history meets innovation, and a pioneering spirit continues to shape our future. At the heart of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, we power the future with global leaders in technology and manufacturing, driving progress that reaches far beyond our county lines. From advanced manufacturing to tech innovation, our industries are creating thousands of quality careers, fueling a vibrant economy that benefits every Nevadan. But it's more than just growth. Our community is our foundation, supporting families, empowering local initiatives, and creating a place where everyone belongs. Be part of a legacy built on bold ideas and boundless possibilities. Join us in building a brighter future right here in Story County. Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
Southwest Specialties has been making the homes and businesses of Nevada beautiful for more than 20 years. Their experienced designers and craftsmen create the walkways, backyards, water features, and a variety of outdoor cooking areas that add curb appeal and value to your investment. Call today or visit them at their website and see how they can make your outdoor spaces special. Southwest Specialties, creative, distinctive, beautiful.
We're the Peters family, 2 combat veterans, our daughter Elle, and our Liberty Dogs puppy in training, Cooper.
Cooper will grow up to be a life-changing companion to a veteran with visible or invisible challenges.
We're helping Cooper build focus and confidence so he's ready to support his veteran.
And we know he will help bring happiness and independence to his veteran's life.
So join us, become a puppy raiser, and change lives, one puppy at a time.
Nevada Newsmakers is available as a podcast. It's also available on YouTube anytime you want to watch or listen. Thanks for watching Nevada Newsmakers.